about to find out who is the best squatter as the first athlete makes his way out. It will be Alexei Novikov. Laz, Jerry, we've talked about it. He is obviously the 2020 World's Strongest Man, 2022 Rogue Invitational winner, but he is not at 100%. This is going to be a tough one for him, even though he's a very good squatter.
He's not at 100%, but his lower body hasn't got any injuries, so maybe this is a better event for him. Just depends how he figures out the apparatus. Alexei's a great athlete. We've seen him do so many impressive things in the past. It's hard watching him when he's not at his best, but I know he's here. He's going to keep fighting. Let's see how he figures out this apparatus. Let's see how strong the legs are looking.
Yeah, he still had some great deadlifts yesterday. So he's looking strong in the legs and back.
And there's the scales that we talked to Mark Merzda about. You can see the difference of the amount of weight he's putting on those scales where his feet are.
And this is, you know, the first athlete to go, he's zeroed there. This shows us how heavy this is. I mean, both of yourself and me, Jerry, when we spoke to Brian about this, I think sometimes he forgets how strong he is.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a very heavy squat. This is a heavy max squat. Let alone to come out and try to do this for reps.
Let's remember, no squat suits allowed in this that can give you quite a bit of rebound at the bottom. They've got to control the lowering of this apparatus as well. So you can't get any bounce out of the bottom. You have to control, touch gently, and drive back up.
And you saw when Alexei came out there, how Mark Philippi went up and was setting his feet.
Yeah.
So a couple days ago in familiarization, they went through the rack heights. They had to place their feet where they were going to go on comp day. So it's hard to maybe tell on camera, but there's a grid on that floor that they have to be in a certain spot. It's all written down, so their feet have to be identical to what they set and agreed on in familiarization a couple days ago.
It's really hard to go based off Alexei because we know he's not in his best shape.
Yeah.
I've seen him do some decent squats before, but I think we're going to see better from other athletes.
So Alexei, no reps for him. Again, it's 811 pounds that they will be deadlifting, and this is all 4 reps. Remember, you have 90 seconds on the clock to get as many as you can, and now an opportunity for a man who needs points at a big-time way, 32-year-old Maxime Boudreau out of Kapuskasing, Ontario, Canada. 2021 World's Strongest Man, 3rd place. 2024 North America's Strongest Man winner, and then the 2022 Canada's Strongest Man, where I think he's kind of a fan favorite, Jerry, after what he did yesterday. Dealt, you know, some tough situations, but he came out and fought, and I think people just love to see that.
They love that. To come back and, you know, passing out in log and doing the backflip over it and coming back, that was impressive. I'm excited to see how he does here. You know, he knows deadlift is a weakness, but he likes squat.
It's interesting, we very rarely see a squat in strongman, so when it comes to deadlift, we've got a good understanding of where people are. But squat events, we don't see that often.
There was a max squat in a competition a couple years ago, and Max did pretty well.
So Boudreau of Canada tries to get comfortable with 811 pounds. The safeties are out. He's down.
Too much.
Yeah, just knew right away.
You know, and here's some of the thing too. You know, they're warming up in the back on a monolift with a regular bar, and then to come out and get in this apparatus for the first time, you know, under full load, it's a bit of a shock.
It's always a risk when you try a new piece of kit, because you don't quite know how it's going to work. I love the visual of this. I hope some of the real big lifters come out and figure it out, because we have some huge squatters still to come. The likes of Mitch Hooper, the likes of Hafthor Bjornsson, Bobby Thompson, Lucas Hatton, all these guys have massively strong legs. They've been putting huge numbers up in the gym building up to this.
Well, it's the most repped in 90 seconds, and we have yet to see one. Laz, I got to ask you, is it the realization when they take those braces out and you take the whole weight on your shoulder and you're going down that you're like, this is more than I can chew?
811 pounds.
And that
it's crushing down on you. It's not like a deadlift. A deadlift is less scary because if you can't do it, you just drop it. When it's on your back, you're under that weight and you're just wanting to get out of the way. And sometimes it is literally about just coming down under control and then just kind of getting out of it, letting the stoppers take the weight.
And being with the rules, if you watch how Max has to really control that squat down, like Terry did in his interview was talking about it, there's not only scales in that platform, but there's also scale up in the rack. So like some competitions you're allowed, you can just, you know, come down as fast as you can, almost banging off the bottom of the rack to get a little rebound. But Brian does not want to see that. He wants to see a controlled squat. So that's harder. So guys have been, you know, training differently in the gym to come out and do that almost slow negative down laws, it takes a lot out of you.
Yes, it does. I mean, like we said, it's a huge weight to start with. I mean, when Brian announced the weights that he wanted to use, I was concerned. I think I said to you and Terry.
That's a lot.
It's a big weight. It's a really big weight.
Pavlo Kordiaka now of Ukraine will give it a shot. Again, this is 811 pounds. He has got 90 seconds to get as many reps as possible. We've yet to see one so far after 2 athletes. And Brian is taking a definite interest in this apparatus. This is his making, his design. And guys, to your point of no suits, no bouncing off it, I love that Brian wants to keep everything pure. The raw deadlift, everything, like, it is pure.
Well, here's the thing. Brian wants, if you come out this weekend, you're going to earn that name on the banner down there, strongest man on earth.
Well, right now we're in a position where 1 rep is going to be massive points, because normally on an event like this, if you don't get a rep, you're going to 0.
Oh, and another one, too much. So you see the grid where their feet are. They've all been, as Jerry and Losbold pointed out, they've been pre-tested. They came out, had a chance to try the apparatus, get their feet set where they want to be. Mark Philippi is going up and saying, this is where you marked your feet, this is where you need to be. And then there's scales underneath there. But so far, those scales, we haven't had to use them much because no one's had a rep yet. 811 pounds, you can't blame them. But someone's going to get one. I don't know. Multiple reps, Jerry? What do you think?
We're going to see some reps on this. We still haven't seen our best squatters out here yet. If one of our known big squatters had missed, then we might be worried, but we haven't seen them yet, so we're going to see some reps on this, which is just going to build this excitement for the crowd even more. Once they see a rep, they're going to go crazy.
So it's getting all dialed in. We have seen 3 athletes come out and try to tackle this. We started things off with Alexei Novikov, Maxime Boudreau, and Pavlo Kordiaka. It was just too much weight for them. Can the Canadian get it done? Wes Dravinsky now, 29-year-old out of Thorold, Ontario, Canada, 6'3", 315 pounds, but the number you need to know, 811. That's 811 pounds that he's going to take on those broad shoulders and see how many reps he can do in 90 seconds.
Just shy of 370 kilos, and I have seen videos of Hafthor in training doing 380 kilos for 5 reps. So we do have guys that are strong enough to do this. However, it is proving to be an extremely challenging event so far. Yeah,
this is going to be a tough one for Wes. A couple times on deadlift yesterday, he was grabbing that knee. I think that even affected him on cake toss. So this is going to be a tough if he's got a sore knee.
Yes! Here we go.
Here we go.
That's what we want to see in the crowd respond. And that 1 rep is going to be good.
That's big points.
So he's on the board. So you're saying there's a chance.
That's like relief right there, that one of the guys has got a rep. Now we know it's doable. The guys backstage will build confidence from that and believe they can come out and do more reps.
Yeah, now it's game on. Let's go.
It's always, I said at the start, it's always interesting with a new event because you've got nothing to base it off.
Sure.
But the guys backstage will be watching each athlete go out and they'll be trying to pick up little tips and build that confidence. Now seeing someone get this rep, the big names will be thinking, okay, this is, it's not as bad as people are making out.
You know what I think I'm speaking as a fan, I think I'd rather see 1 or 2 reps than guys going up there 6, 7, 8, 9 reps because like, well, it's not as impressive. This is 811 pounds that man just lifted.
That's a monstrous 1 rep max.
And we're looking for the strongest, not the most endurance. We're looking for the strongest.
You're basically squatting 2 Hafthor Bjornsons.
Yeah.
1 on each shoulder. Matt Ragnow, the strongest man in the Southern Hemisphere, the 32-year-old from Auckland, New Zealand. He stands 6'2", 353 pounds. He's the winner of maybe the coolest contest name out there, the 2024 Beasts of Burden winner. But now he is in the big leagues at the 5th annual Shaw Classic presents Strongest Man on Earth, brought to you by Nice Rock, and here we go.
And again, this is someone you look at and you think, this is a powerful man. He's not the athletic build. He's got ridiculous sized shoulders, the back muscles, the traps, the legs. He looks like he can do this.
Yeah, I would expect these static events to be really, really good for him.
Training for something like this, Jerry, you're obviously not going to go to 800 pounds. Is this something where you go, what, 500, 600 pounds and just bang out 5, 6 reps
I would absolutely have been at 800 pounds in the gym. You got to condition your body to go after this. You know that the contest weight, you have to condition your body to go after it.
Yeah, with a squat this heavy, you'd be training for heavy singles, doubles, triples.
Here we go. Matt Ragnow takes the weight. 811 pounds. Mark to beat is 1.
Control on the way down. Can he drive back up? No, he can't.
And you can see it, guys. I'm amazed how quickly the realization is there. It's not even, let me give it, nope, it's just not happening.
Almost instantly at
You
the bottom.
know straight away.
Yeah.
When you've got that much weight on your back, I actually think maybe he tried to control it down a little too much. That takes out more and more energy with that kind of slower.
Gently lowering 800 pounds down, yeah.
Yeah, those slow negatives tear you up more than
Here it is
pushing.
again.
Very high bar as well. Perhaps could have done with the bar being slightly lower on his back.
Yeah, he just almost immediately had the realization of, man, 811 pounds is not light. So what'll make this interesting, gentlemen, is we've got multiple people that will be tied, and the points will start getting, but to your point, Laz, some of the big dogs, and Jerry, you said as well, they're going to get multiple reps.
They're gonna
and
get some
then
reps.
the point separation is going to be big.
Yes.
And I expect the next guy to do just that.
Well, as it stands, 1 rep is going to be good points.
And here's where a guy can kind of shake up some points and take points away from some of these top guys.
Yeah.
Like a guy like Lucas Hatton comes out here. He comes out and hits some good reps.
Yeah.
He's really going to shake up some points.
Yeah.
If guys like Bobby or Lucas can come and get a rep or two, and some of the big names 0, they could pull themselves right back into contention.
So Bobby Thompson, the American Nightmare out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, the 31-year-old, makes his way to the apparatus at 6'1", 335 pounds. Thompson currently sits in 9th place overall at 29.5 points, and that keeps him just about 3.5 points out of a top 8 position. He'd have to overtake Lucas Hatton. So to your point, Laz, this is exactly where he'd like to be. If he knocks out 2 right here, probably going to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, and Bobby is a good squatter. He's done squats before. We've seen him squat in contests. It's going to come down to how he adapts with this piece of kit. Can he get the line right? Feet in the right position.
There we go.
Setting up easy for Bobby Thompson. He looks like he's got reps in him. There we go, Bobby Thompson with 2 reps. Puts himself into the lead so far, staying tight.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
That's 3.
Big points, Bobby. Come on.
4 reps for the American Nightmare. And he's saying no more, no more. He wants the lockers in. There we go, 4 reps.
That's great. That potentially is going to be good points for him.
And guys, let's also consider the fact that it's a time element, 90 seconds. So Bobby did 4 reps in under 30 seconds. So that is going to be a tough mark.
I don't think 90 seconds is going to be needed for
No,
anyone.
I don't think so
Look
either.
how heavy this is.
If you're still under that bar at 85 seconds, you're either amazing or we got a problem.
That was a very, very impressive squat there from Bobby Thompson. From what we've seen from some of the strongest men on the planet, we've seen 1 athlete manager rep so far. Bobby Thompson has come out and set the score at 4.
Ed Cohen on the left-hand side there, giving the thumbs up. Brian Shaw looking right down. I've got to think Brian at this point is feeling pretty good. A sigh of relief. He saw a lot of the strongest men in the world fail at this, and now we've got a guy that's multiple
He would have
reps.
been panicking at first, seeing that many fail. But
he doesn't
now,
want to see 16 guys come out and not be able to do more than 1 rep.
But we have very strong athletes here.
Oh, yeah. This next one, it'll be interesting. Tom Stoltman comes to us by way of Scotland as Brian pays homage to Bobby Thompson, what he just did. Tom Stoltman now comes out. Now, he has said...
This is vital that he gets a
yeah,
rep.
he's got to get one because he said he does not like this, but he is in 7th place after 4 events. If he wants to make a charge for the podium, it's got to start now.
And with that big mistake yesterday on the stones, he cannot afford another bad event. 1 rep on here will get him points and keep him in contention for a podium position.
How much of a disadvantage is he at, Jerry? He mentioned it in his interview. He's 6'8", 403 pounds. This is just not something he's comfortable with.
He definitely has a long way to go.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom, let's see it.
Come on, Tom, show us what you can do.
You need it, Tom. Come on, Tom.
Oh, no, he started coming up and it just wasn't there. So, big man from Scotland, 3-time world's strongest man champion, 2024 Britain's strongest man. Just 811 pounds is just too much for him. That's double his own body weight and then some.
Yeah, he was always worried about that when he said it in the video earlier. However, that was important for him. I think it's going to be very hard for him to kind of climb back onto the podium now.
Yeah, it's really impossible now.
Even to win the next 3 events.
To Jerry's point, look how far down he has to go, and just did not have it in him.
Yeah, biggest thing can help Tom now is some more guys zero.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys, I got to talk a little bit more about this apparatus. Of course, it's 811 pounds, and you see the kegs in the top, and it's just a cool-looking apparatus. Where's Brian storing this? I don't think Kerry's letting him put this in the garage. I mean, this has got to have some special storage of its own, right?
I think Brian's going to have to build another building to house all this stuff, build a warehouse.
Squat for reps. This is our first event of 4 on day number 2 here. Championship Sunday, 811 pounds. I want to thank the good folks at Rogers Restaurant Group, a local restaurant group which includes Fuzzy Tacos in Northern Colorado, Mash Lab Brewery, Nuke's Eatery, and Not Another Broken Egg. So all those folks getting together and getting their name in here. And now we have a chance to see Ivar Smakstelis. Now, he's 36. Laz, we picked on a little bit. He's the elder statesman here. But with that elder statesman status comes a lot of experience. He's lifted a lot of heavy things in his day.
Yeah, and he's done very well in squat events before. Ivers can squat big weights.
He's a good squatter.
If he gets a rep here, he's got a chance of putting himself into a much better position.
He's a much better squatter than a deadlifter.
Absolutely.
Come on, Ivar, let's see it.
Come on.
811.
Really controlling this weight down. Can he drive up? No.
Nope.
He's trying again.
Yeah, we
No.
talked about it. You know right away. When you know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have seen Ivers do some fantastic squatting before, but maybe day one is taking a lot out of him.
I think Jerry made a good point. Just the lowering down, you get a pretty good idea of, well, this may be not my day.
Yeah, and having to control it, and some, I think, worried that, you know, if I come down too fast and I tag that scale, and my rep's not going to count anyway, so they're coming down maybe a little slower than they need to, and that negative really takes it out of you.
I've seen him squatting 700 pounds for 10 reps before, but 811 was too much today.
Gentlemen, what do you think about, as we've seen multiple athletes unable to lift, and you can't blame them, 811 pounds. If this was the first event on day number 1, do you think we'd be seeing different results?
I think potentially we may have seen a couple more guys get a single.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd see big
Massive
weights
difference,
from them.
yeah.
But yeah, you have to understand that day one is going to take in a lot out of the posterior chain. So, you know, the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings are all going to be fatigued. It does affect an event like the squat.
Worth noting, Tristan Hoth has passed, gentlemen. He's got a quad issue, and of course, if he's suffering a little bit of a quad strain, this is probably the last thing you want to be doing. So Tristan Hoth is not out of the competition. The Canadian is just passing on this event. That takes us to the T-Rex. Here we go, Evan Singleton, and you know if he gets more than 4 reps, he's going to go absolutely ballistic inside the blue arena.
Evan will be ballistic if he gets 1 rep. He's not the world's greatest squatter. However, 1 rep is going to be big points still.
Well, two reps get you into second place right now. So Evan Singleton, I wonder if he's thinking about that. And of course, no wraps on his knees, so he's going au natural.
Yeah, just tight sleeves.
Come on.
Oh, he almost started going up and then said, you know what? No, even for the T-Rex, that's too much.
So looking at who we've got left, we still have Lucas Hatton, who's a great squatter. We've got Trey Mitchell, who's built to squat.
Yes.
Andrade, he looks like a good squatter.
Andrade looks powerful, obviously. I mean, he is a tank, isn't he?
Yeah.
That deadlift yesterday.
And
was
Mitch
4
Hooper, who
pounds.
says he's looking forward to this.
Mitch has ridiculously strong quads, and then you've got the monster Hafthor Bjornsson, who is a fantastic squatter.
That says his squat feels as best as it's felt.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that static power comes with age as well.
Yeah.
The athleticism you tend to have as a younger athlete, but as you get older, you can build that strength still.
Yeah.
Down to the final 6 athletes here on our first event, day number 2 of the 5th annual Shaw Classic. Strongest Man on Earth, brought to you by Nice Rock. This is a squat for reps, presented by the Rogers Restaurant Group, 811 pounds. We've seen multiple athletes unable to get 1 rep. We've got an athlete with 1 rep on the board. We've got an athlete with 4 reps on the board right now, and that is where we stand. We saw moments ago, what a performance as the American Nightmare, Bobby Thompson, got 4 reps at 811, so he is the current leader at this point. This is Thomas Evans out of Franklin, North Carolina, 6'3", 360 pounds.
He's another one that said he was looking forward to this event, looking forward to having a squat event.
Big, powerful looking man as well.
Comes from football, he's a big, powerful leg.
Yes, come on. He was close.
Started.
Oh, is he all right? You could See the effort he put in there. It was starting to come up.
Starting to go, starting to break off the pins.
How much of those knee wraps? I mean, what's the situation with those? Because I see as soon as they're done, guys, they want to get those off as fast as possible.
They're really tight. They're really constricting. They're painful almost, but they're heavy, heavy squats. You really need them to help protect the knee, protect the quad tendon.
Unfortunately, I think we might have an injury here.
Yeah, it was as he was starting back up. He
laid into it really hard there. It started to come off the pins, and then
you could see straight away the face.
He's up and walking into his own power. Thomas Evans, the former University of Delaware O-lineman, able to stroll off the field after he gave it his very, very best.
Maybe a small strain there in the quad.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something caught in time.
He's walking away, so that's good. Good sign.
Good sign there.
So they'll put the apparatus back into the start position as Lucas Hatton now, the pride of Eatonville, Washington, makes his way out, the 2023 America's Strongest Man winner.
This guy has been tagging Hafthor and Hooper in all of his squat videos. He's been trying to get into their heads. Now he's got the opportunity to show us all how good a squatter he is.
It's time.
So two athletes have had successful reps, a single and a quad. Bobby Thompson with the 4.
Now look at the size of those legs, like tree trunks.
Time
he looks built to squat.
What did Matt Eisman say? He's got arms like legs and legs like humans.
Large humans.
Yeah. He stands 6 feet tall, 350 pounds. Lucas Hatton. If you look up the definition of thick, Lucas Hatton face will be on there. Look at that.
Easy rep.
There you go. Let's go. Let's see it.
2.
This is looking strong.
This will be for the tie.
Great work here by Lucas.
And this is to take the lead.
And he gets the 5th rep. And he still looks like he's got more in him. Oh, 5 reps, puts himself into the lead. Big points there for Lucas.
Huge points. You notice that scale, Laws, about halfway, 3/4 of the way up, it read 917 at one point.
Wow.
Pressure.
Wow. I was so focused on just watching the squat, I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I was just curious. I caught like maybe on about that 3rd rep.
Look at this. Good control.
Right about through there. They read about 917.
Tremendous force going through those legs. Perfectly built to squat as well.
Yeah. Good squatter.
Well, like I said before, he was getting into the heads of Hafthor and Mitch, and he's proven he is a fantastic squatter.
Yeah, I think he put up a good number there.
So it's Hatton with 5 reps, Bobby Thompson now with 4 reps, the top 2 in the competition as we move now to Trey Mitchell. And this is one of the guys, I think, personally, I think I could see him going 6. I just Trey Mitchell, the power that he has, I could see him going 6.
He's going to need it. I mean, Lucas and Bobby have both done extremely well, and Thomas Evans, Tom Stoltman, and Evan Singleton, the 3 athletes that are above them, all zeroed.
Yeah, and Lucas Hatton was in 8th place, 1 spot behind Stoltman. He will definitely move up now as the current leader with 5 repetitions. Trey Mitchell could do some damage here. He sits in 4th place overall, guys, with 45 points.
He needs to focus on this first rep, get the points on the board, get used to the machine, but he needs to make sure of this first one.
All right, Trey, let's see.
Here we go. Trey Mitchell III out of Lumberton, Texas, 811 pounds.
Come on, Trey. There we go. He gets that important first rep.
Let's go, Trey. Let's get to work.
Oh, Trey says enough. Now
that rep was important.
Yeah, it puts him in a tie for 3rd place right now.
Keeps him within contention of that podium.
Yep. Well, the worst he can finish is 6th place. So he's in a very good spot right now, as Trey Mitchell should pick up some more points. He was in 4th overall, and that's dependent on what happens after him with Mitch Hooper and Andrade. interesting. All right, here we go. Mitchell Hooper. He currently sits in first place overall with 59 points. He is 3 points clear of second place, Hafthor Bjornsson. And people say, well, how is Hafthor win 3 of the 4 events on day number 1 and he's in second place by that much? Well, the second event he placed 9th. And that's what his big hit was.
And that was the event that Mitch won.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mitch did some damage there, but he has been consistent. Laws, we talked about it. Hooper's had a second, a first, second. He's just been consistently towards the top.
Mitch and Hafthor will be feeling pressure though because of how many athletes are zero. They know 1 rep keeps them in the contest.
So if you're Mitchell Hooper, knowing who's coming up, do you say, okay, I got to get at least 2, or do you say I want to take the lead and go 5 or 6?
I think Mitch's head, he needs 6. He wants to be in the lead and make Thor work hard.
811 pounds now. Mitchell Hooper, the current overall leader after 4 events. 1 easy. 2
easy 2 reps.
So he's in sole possession of 3rd.
And he's making these reps look easy.
Tied for 2nd. Tied for 1st.
Gets the thumbs up from Brian Shaw.
First place.
And he is absolutely flying with this squat.
7.
Make it look easy.
He knows Thor's to come. He wants to put the pressure on Thor.
Is he going to keep going? Look at this. The moose
This is
loose.
insane squatting. And he's done. Wow. 957 there.
Yeah.
I've got unofficially 9 reps.
Wow.
For the moose. We'll see. The officials are getting together and they're going to make sure that he got green lights on all of those reps.
Nine repetitions for Mitchell Hooper.
Well, we said that 6 would be unbelievable. 9, sensational. I'll tell you what, if you're backstage and you're still to come, you just, oh, you gotta be kidding me, Moose.
I said beforehand, I believe he's got the strongest quads in the sport. I was told I was an idiot for saying that. There is still 2 exceptional squatters
Just to be
come.
clear, I did not say that, Laws. I was not the one that said you're an idiot.
This man looks like he's built to squat. And we know the final man, Hafthor Bjornsson, can squat.
Yeah, Austin Andrade, now the 30-year-old, originally from Tucson, Arizona, now residing in Texas. 6'2", 390 pounds. He was the 2023 Shaw Classic Open winner, earned his spot into the big show, and here he is trying to become the strongest man on earth, and this would be a huge step. He currently sits in 3rd place overall with 46.5 points, and that has him a 1.5 clear of Trey Mitchell. So he's obviously done some math in his head, Laws, that, okay, Trey Mitchell had 1, I need more than 1 to distance myself, but man, I bet he'd like to be up in the 5 and 6 category.
Oh,
he's got to get at least 1.
That's bad news for Austin.
Nope, and that's going to be great news for Trey Mitchell, who will move past him.
Yeah, it's good for Lucas Hatton, it's good for Bobby Thompson as well, but not good for Austin Andrade, who had an incredible day 1.
So looks can be deceiving, because when he came out, Jerry Pritchett, I thought this guy, he's got to be good for at least 3 or 4.
I thought for sure we were going to see 5 reps here.
He tried to start again, but once you've gone down and given it all, he's just a bit of frustration on his face. So Austin will go back and start prepping for the next event coming up, which, in case you didn't know, it is the Power Medley. And that takes us now to the final competitor in this event. The worst Mitch Hooper can do, guys, is 2nd place. But he could still get the overall victory. The Mountain, Hafthor Bjornsson now at 35, 6'9", 430 pounds.
And the Mountain has won 3 of the first 4 events. And this is one of his favorite events. Huge squatter. Can he Can he get 10 reps? Is it worth pushing to
Yeah.
10 reps with the final 3 events still to come?
He's got 3 points he's got to make up on Hooper, though.
Jerry,
So-
here's the question, though. We talked about this with Stoltman. He's got a long way to go. He's 6'9". He's got to carry this thing 811 pounds.
Unlike
some distance.
Stoltman, this man
Yeah,
can
but
squat.
he loves squat. He's good at squat.
No one loves squat. Stop it.
Hafthor loves
Not with
squat.
811 pounds. It can't be a good thing. Watch this. Final competitor.
Easy rep there. Knees came in a little. We want to correct that on this rep.
Little knee cave.
There's 2.
2.
He needs to get as many as he can to keep the pressure on Mitch Hooper. That's 3. 4, he will join Bobby Thompson. Can he get the 4? No, he can't.
Nope. So that's going to give him 4th place.
Wow.
So Hafthor Bjornsson picks up valuable points, but it is the Moose.
And for the overall, having Lucas Hatton and Bobby Thompson get between him and Thor Bjornsson, he's going to stretch away with that lead.
Jerry, how surprised are you? Not surprised at all that we've got 2 athletes that have won all 5 events.
I mean, not surprised. And we knew that those were probably our top 2 contenders. I think the biggest surprise is not seeing Tom Stolman up in that mix. But that could change here these next couple of events because these events are going to get a little different. And we've had several other competitors in this field that have won these type of events that we have coming up next.
Mitch Hooper, 9 repetitions at 811 pounds. I got to be honest with you, folks. When he said he loved this, he was looking forward to it. I thought, okay, he's probably good for 4 or 5. He goes 9, and he's now standing by with Matt Eisman.
Ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it. And here he is, the winner of the Monster Squat, Mitchell Hooper. Buddy, when you got under there with 811 pounds, did you have any idea how many reps you were going to get?
I knew how much I could do on a barbell, and I knew that if you place your feet correctly, that machine is easier than a barbell squat. But there was some chatter before the competition started about who's the best squatter, and I think we put that to bed.
Oh! Well, this is what I love about you, Moose, because one of the things I've said, your power is tremendous, but you've always been such a cerebral competitor. Now, in your head, was there any thought, we just seen Lucas Hatton get 5 reps, were you thinking if I get 6, the worst I can do is 3rd place? Was there any strategy, or is your approach always, I'm gonna max out, I'll figure out the next 3 events after?
I figured 6 would probably be good enough for at least 2nd, depending on what Thor did. And I was thinking, rep after rep, how far do I push it? Because then it's just, whose endurance do you back more? And I back my engine over 8 events to push everyone else to their maximum. And just as an aside, 2 things. 1, so cool seeing all the Moose flags in here. That's it warms my heart. And a couple of years ago, I had no idea what I was capable of, and just having the opportunity to go toe-to-toe with a guy like Thor, who's one of the best strength athletes of all time, still in his comeback is absolutely incredible. So I'm just soaking it all in.
Well, you said, I don't even need to win events. I'm just always consistent, but you're up here. This is your 2nd win. You got another chance. I know your wife and daughter are watching. What do you want to tell them, buddy?
Yeah, love you guys. Glad I got some airtime on both days. Veteran, I'm here and doing well.
Well, Moose, go get some rest, buddy. Let him hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Mitchell Hooper, an unbelievable 10-rep victory.
You know what was amazing
right
about
here.
that, guys, is he did his lift a couple minutes ago, and he was still breathing heavy. So, Lods, he put it all out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a squat for reps that heavy is going to take so much out of you.
Jerry, what do you make of what he made that comment to Matt Eisman about the foot placement? Because I got to be honest with you, he, above everyone else, looked the most comfortable out there.
Yeah, he looked like he had it figured out the best. I don't know all the rules and the breakdown, how that was set. But his feet definitely seem to be in a better position. Some guys seem to be too far forward on it.
I think it's one of those events, as people do more often, we'll see better results on it.
Yeah.
So is this a thumbs up, thumbs down apparatus? Bring it back for 2025.
I love seeing a heavy squat, and you know it's great that a lot of athletes did 0. However, we've got 6 athletes that managed to get a rep, and 10 reps for the winner there.
Yeah, we'll have to check that. I could have sworn they said
I think
9
it was
reps,
9.
but we'll see. Anyways, he was by far the farthest up there. But Lucas Hatton did a great job as well. Bobby Thompson was good. Hafthor Bjornsson limited the damage. You know, getting those 3 reps really kept him in that running in the top 4.
you know, it's figuring out equipment sometimes. That's what Mitch does very, very well. It's a bit different to a free weight squat. The athletes all had to set up on this the day before and get measured up. Their feet had to be in the exact position on the same day.
Well, bottom line is we know who won. It was Mitchell Hooper, and we know who got second, third, and fourth. All those points, we'll get that sorted out in number of reps, but the points will be added in there. And that takes us to our next event. It's coming up. It is the Power Medley, Undefined Nutrition, and Evolution Athletics. Bring that to you. So we are 5 events down, 3 events to go before we crown the strongest man on earth here at the 5th Annual Shaw Classic. All of it brought to you by Nice Rock. We'll be back after a short break to Littleton, Colorado.